The Spinoff Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spinoff Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Over 25 years ago, on September 29th, 1998, we watched a brainy girl with curly hair drop everything to follow a guy she only kind of knew all the way to college. And so began Felicity. My name is Juliette Littman, and I'm a Felicity superfan. Join me, Amanda Foreman, who you may know better as Megan, the roommate, and Greg Grunberg, who you may also know as Sean Blunberg, as the three of us revisit our favorite moments from the show and talk to the people who helped shape it. Listen to Dear Felicity on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome along.
That was pretty good.
That wasn't good.
That
I'm
was
still eating my
terrible.
nasa.
That's all right.
This is so Real Pod, it's unbelievable. Welcome along to the Real Pod. This is your reality TV and real life in New Zealand podcast, recapping things and talking about stuff. My name's Jane Yu,
Far out.
and I'm joined by... I haven't even said your name yet, mate. Too early. I'm joined by Duncan Grieve and birthday girl, Alex Casey.
Champagne birthday.
ladies here. I'm sorry. I'm just a word of warning. I'm halfway through a Portuguese tart. I have not had a lot of sleep. I've had a Taurian fizz, but a while ago.
Did you do like a fun thing for your birthday?
I went out for dinner with my mates, and I feel like a corny saw me.
Yeah,
because
corny
they
saw
did
you.
say, hope you had a nice time at the Fed.
The
But then they
Fed.
did
Which is always
the
like a
side-eye
safe bet.
emoji as well, like this, I saw you. Did you post it on the social media? Did you do some
No,
stories?
I didn't. I'm dry July.
You were spotted.
I was spotted. I spotted it in Spy. By a spy called Kendall.
I mean, cornies can definitely come up and say hi, right?
It would be horrible if they didn't, but it's also totally fine if they don't want to.
No, they have
And
to.
I also can't guarantee like that I won't botch it, and make it weird.
Yeah, and if I'm like totally out of it, just because I sometimes am, that's fine.
If you're asleep on the ferry to Waiheke,
Yeah.
just take
yeah, or
photos.
similar.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So, Alex, your birthday. Congratulations, you made it.
Thank you, Jane. Thank you so much for your cross-continental present.
That's
Is that the right word?
No, the trans-Pacific present. It's a TPP.
TPP.
Yeah. Now look, do you know?
A lovely set of lipsticks.
I seen
which
it
I have
ages
not
ago.
even...
It's amazing that the flowers
What?
survived the distance.
I can't believe it.
I had to
It
send them on
smells
the
so
boat because
amazing.
it was all I could afford. So it's a wonder.
I've had a huge birthday. Today, a Nando's delivery came with hand-delivered by Sophie from Nando's, cheesy bread that spelled Alex,
What?
with a candle in each one, lit, AF, and natas. I still don't know if that's what they're called. Or is Nata the bakery?
Nata's the bakery.
Portuguese tarts from Nata.
Hey, just out of interest, did you save any of the Nando's delicious cake for old mate Duncan?
What Nando's delicious cake?
The like cheesy bread cake spelling out. I'm just curious.
Well, it got wax on it.
Oh, has that ever stopped me?
I guess not. But there was also, there's...
I guess
did you not have lunch?
I don't know. Well, I
There's
did.
regular
I
Nando's
did
in
out
the
in a
kitchen.
shop, but then I came back and I was like, "Be delicious having a nice second lunch." And
It was all gone.
essentially, there was no cheesy bread spelling out anyone's name. Look, I'm not complaining.
No, you shouldn't. Because
I was complaining. Literally what I was doing.
you shouldn't though, because Nando's, an amazing outfit, providing us with chicken and also providing us with money to sponsor our podcast. What are you doing? Why are you taking
Duncan just
snapshots
took
of
a
our
I was trying to
sky?
make it full screen.
Just took a weird screenshot.
Oh, no,
I can
that's
go full
bad. Okay,
screen.
this is weird. Okay, anyway, Nando's have had great success with their cans for chips. It's going gangbusters, in their words. They've collected 1,600 cans today. They had an original target of 1,000, and they're well on their way to their stretch target of 2,000, which definitely will reach, right? You've got till Sunday. Grab a can or something and take it into, not a can of drink. Though, I mean, a Red Bull's nice, right? I don't know. Some sort of non-perishable food item. Go into your local Nandy's and they will trade it for peri-peri chips or normal chips if you don't like the peri-peri, which is weird. And those cans will go to local charities they work with all year round. And in other Nando's news, listen up, Hamiltonians, trialling some Portuguese rolls in the Hamilton restaurants. And
Rolls?
Rolls.
Yeah, rolls.
Definitely. Are you reading or are you vibing?
What, me?
Are you riffing?
Oh,
Are you
I'm
riffing on
reading.
language?
I'm reading.
Rolls.
Portuguese rolls.
And I make it sound very
Is
natural,
that
don't I?
different to the tart?
It's different.
It's a-
They're made by a local Hamilton bakery, Volare. And they want to get some trusted customer feedback. And you know who trusted customers are, don't you? Cornies, right? So if you're in Hamilton and you want to try out some of these new Portuguese rolls from Nando's, then they're happy to send you a voucher when you can go in at your leisure, and then they'll follow up with a quick online survey.
How do we make that happen though? Like, what do they need to do?
I reckon email Alex at thespinoff.co.nz because she's not very busy at the moment.
No, it's true.
I got absolutely zero emails Sting challenge the other week.
What was the
would like
Sting
to point
challenge?
out. Excuse me.
I can't even
I
remember
can't
it.
quite remember. I think it was us just sort of shouting at various intervals saying, email me.
Oh, you
I'll
were
give
trying to
you
give
a
away
badge.
Nandy badges.
I also pants the posting of the badges, put them in the wrong. I put them in the parcel drop. Like I panicked because the post office was closing, and you know, when the lady starts, well, or a man, you know, it was whatever, starts
Great save. Great save.
starts taking the parcel drop thing out of the box, and I was like, oh my god, last minute, ran out and just threw them in.
But they're not
envelopes.
parcels.
Is
are
that
they?
how it works?
I don't think that's how it works, but I'm like, it's all the same in the dark, isn't it? Once it gets to the factory.
Do we know whether or not they made them to their
This is
intended recipients?
Incredible.
Not yet. I have had a couple of messages from concerned cornies. They're on their way, maybe.
Oh, God. Anyway,
And I can
look,
say that with certainty.
you can either, look, your choice. You can either email alex at thespinoff.co.nz or jane at thespinoff.co.nz. Let us know if you want to try those and we'll sort it out from there. Okay, our hashtag is RealPod, #RealPod, Facebook.com/TheRealPodPod, and Instagram is at TheRealPodPod. I'm not even going to tease things. I'm just going to get straight into it, guys. Just gonna straight into it. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Gonna start
Is
off
that
the
going to lead this news?
What?
Duncan's going to be on the news.
Tonight.
Oh, the real
Well,
news.
yesterday.
I mean, the
They're rare.
the actual news.
6 p.m.
Because he's
news.
also in the real news.
Yeah.
But is he going to be on the actual news?
The 6 p.m. news.
What about?
Talking to Melissa Davies about the TVNZ result. Profits down. That sort of thing. Yeah, look, I'm the only one interested in it, but good on them for putting me on the news.
That's going to be leading the news tonight. Crazy
Probably.
to think.
That's
Yeah.
exciting. I don't know.
Exclusive.
That MAFS
Duncan from
story
Real
might lead
Pod.
the news. Probably not on TVNZ though. Maybe on TVNZ. Anyway, Duncan is playing Laura Giddy, aka I can't do AKA. I can't keep saying AKA. Laura is one of our top cornies. She's a marriage celebrant.
She's also
She's an egg donor, and she's also what?
filthy.
What?
What do you mean?
Absolutely lewd as hell.
Lewd.
I used that in an earlier piece of correspondence. I've not heard the end of it.
Yeah, and you never will.
Did
So
we
we're
even
just having
say
a
you're
nice-
playing Words with Friends?
No. Nice, normal game of Words with Friends. Everything above board, everything proper. Then out of the blue drops a cum bomb.
but like cum.
Yeah.
But that has another meaning as well, like a proper literary
No, she certainly meant it that way.
How do you know?
She apologised, but the damage was done.
Oh.
Is that allowed?
Yeah.
Is words with friends like international waters, language-wise?
Well, no, that's like a...
Or is that a sanctioned word?
It's like words that means what it
Is it in the
says on
dictionary? Is it in the Scrabble dictionary?
Yeah, it's in the, like...
But
the
it also
adult
has another
dictionary.
perfectly
grief.
innocent meaning.
What is it?
Well, like a study come bedroom.
Oh, yeah. No, but that is that just like a hyphen type word? Is that still up a word? Anyway, she didn't mean it that way. She told me. I just want to shame her for the filth and just note that I would never stoop so low.
Why would you not want to be a corny, I ask you, when you will be publicly shamed on the podcast with its huge listenership, I might add. Hey, time for a round of new reviews on the iTunes, I think, too, guys. Get in there. Give us some reviews. Like and subscribe, why don't you? Also, what's happening with Scrabble and in the mighty Kathy Casey?
My mum started talking smack about you. I haven't told you this yet.
What?
She keeps messaging me being like, when does Duncan want to play Scrabble? When does Duncan want to play Scrabble? And I haven't really been answering. So she started to be like, yeah, tell Duncan he can come play me at Scrabble and he can also bring his dictionary if he wants because I don't need it.
Oh my gosh! Can you do it?
It's just
Can you do
funny.
your mum's accent? Like do.
No.
Go on.
Oh, no.
Amazing.
Exactly like that. But I think we should make it like, should we do it? I think it should be in a neutral space, aka
Nando's.
St. Luke's Nando's.
And invite the cornies.
Invite the cornies. It's like you can come, you don't even have to talk to us, you know?
You can what?
You don't want to. Yeah, I reckon.
You can
Yeah.
come, she said.
Classic. Giddy's just infected us all.
True.
Like, she's out of control.
Okay, moving on. Ty Pennington from Extreme Makeover Home Edition. You ready for this? His real name is Tyget. It's not Tyson. That's what I assumed.
Tyget.
Tyget. Tygert. In fact, his real name is actually Gary Tyget Pennington.
Gary.
Yes. Not quite.
Like Gary Brown.
Well, I like any Gary that you might know.
That is huge news. Is that just a scoop?
That's a
Has
scoop.
it just come out?
To be fair, it's a scoop from the corner. I think someone spotted it and felt that it belonged in the corner and therefore belonged in the real news. It is a scope. But also,
What's that guy doing now? Is he
went-
cancelled? I feel like he would somehow be cancelled.
I don't know. I went down a wormhole. I went down a Target wormhole, and I found out that he wrote a book called "Life to the Extreme: How a Chaotic Kid Became America's Favorite Carpenter." What a title for it! So it transpires
really
he's got
good.
ADHD, so that's where the chaotic kid comes in. But quite a bit cool just to call yourself America's favorite carpenter. Be different if it was.
I didn't even know
if it
he-
was
did he
in
do
like not an
carpentry?
autobiography. If it was
Did he do carpentry on the telly?
I
Have you
don't
not seen
recall.
Extreme Makeover?
Yeah, but I don't remember that he was sort of whipping up tables.
I
in
think
that.
he actually
I
did
thought
a
it was
bit.
mostly
Actually, he
bus
did. He
mover.
always had he always had his special project, Tiger's special project, where he'd make like one special
Project.
thing. Anyway,
Sorry.
Oh, shit.
let's
That's cool news.
Let's turn to regular programming. So the MAFS NZ trailer and cast have been revealed. It looks like a batch of neat ones.
Me and Tina are allowed to play our audio now. Oh, no, we're not. We can tell you, though, now officially on pod that we went to a wedding. Because I don't think we've said that on mic yet because it was all a secret.
Okay. I knew. Oh, is that your new lip?
It's
It's
how
just a
colour?
Moist-
Oh, it's not like I was
It's a lip
like,
balm.
right.
Oh, that's
Lip
nice.
balm shaped like lipstick. We'll play the audio for you later.
Okay.
Later down the line, I think.
Thanks.
But it was extremely exciting.
I, to be fair, haven't given the cast list a proper read through, but I've read the stories on the newsworthy folk, of which there are 3. But just so you know, MediaWorks are doubling down. They are airing the premiere of Married at First Sight NZ right after the block final. The next story is about a fellow he faked his CV to get a job as a barista for the Queen. Is that a thing?
Barista
Like
for the
being
Queen.
a barista for the Queen?
Surely there'd be some intricate ancient test that you couldn't really fake your way into. I would have thought like
making a coffee. That would be a good test.
What about
yeah.
or like? It just feels like the Queen has got quite high security.
I'd have thought so. So I just don't know if he's telling a tall tale, but he went on the radio and he told this story. He had an
Is this
interview.
the same guy that's been hit by lightning twice?
Well, nearly hit by lightning
What?
twice.
That doesn't
Oh,
count.
we've all nearly been hit by lightning twice.
We've all
Every
nearly
day of my life.
been run over. We've all nearly been assassinated. Crying out loud.
I nearly bought some Bitcoin in like 2011. I'd be so rich.
Oh, Joel
crazy.
nearly took out shares in Zero way back when as well. So
Man, we should start a podcast about all the cool stuff we almost did.
anyway,
Oh, that's what this is basically. Yeah.
this fellow, he hasn't said when he worked for the Queen at Balmoral Castle, which is a red flag to me. Sounds like a lie. Or how he left. But he said, the banter coming out of them took me back. It almost made me go quiet.
What?
I don't know what that means. He told them that Prince Charles was the worst because he didn't bring much to the table. And he lives
Banter-wise.
Banter-wise. He lives in Christchurch now, works in telecommunications, not at a cafe. And this is good.
Told you,
His
but-
biggest regret is returning to New Zealand from Europe, and now I guess he's looking for someone to settle down
get
with.
fucked, mate.
Yeah.
Jesus, this
None of
I don't
that.
like this guy.
No time for any of that.
Not a patriot.
Okay, and now our last mate. This is breaking news. Probs not by the time you listen to this podcast, but at time of recording. Married at First Sight New Zealand participant has an outstanding charge for domestic violence in America.
This seems like
This is a massive.
I think this.
fucking
Surely they're re-editing
fuck up.
him out of the show.
They have to. But this is what I was thinking. Like, even if they take out his storyline,
They can't.
he's still going to be at all the. I assume they're up to now, like dinner party type
Oh, yeah.
era. He's going to be in all
the
of it.
promo photos. It happened. This
It's
is a
happened.
mega problem.
What are they going to do?
What are they going to do? Jane?
Do you know?
No, I have no idea. But I'm guessing that at the moment they're saying that they're looking into it with urgency. It's the lead story in the Herald.
Whoa.
Oh, that's not.
Duncan's
That's
gonna
not very
open the real
subtle.
review product.
Exceptionally loud.
But yeah, what a huge fuck up.
Yeah.
Also-
it's massive.
I know that they're not legally married, whatever, who cares? But you're still partnering him up with some poor woman.
Oh man.
They live
Oh, man.
together. Yeah, I mean, could be.
So, that's really, it's actually a total nightmare.
What would you do, Duncan?
They've had a
You're in
bad
production.
run.
He's obviously lied on his form, the bit where it's got, have you got any? Well, I suppose he's probably might not just be convicted because he was.
Surely the form
He
has any
basically
criminal conviction
skipped-
anywhere in the
he skipped the
world.
country.
Any charge. Yeah.
He
No,
skipped the US.
okay, what would I do?
If you were the producer on this show, or if you were the head of MediaWorks or God or whatever, and you had this situation arise mid filming, and probably towards the tail end of filming, what would you do?
Yeah. I think you immediately go
Shit.
and force him to front foot it with quite an aggressive expert intervention interview. You pull the person he's been married to out, give them all the information, and ultimately give them the option to just cut it immediately, and you apologise probably with heaps of money as well. And then you have to make a decision about how, like you just have to look very hard at what you have shot and whether it, can be salvageable, whether there are signs that are frightening, and whether you can sort of, in a good conscience, air it, knowing what you now know. It's a real bind. Like I think this is a really serious, high level, going to cause major headaches for both Married at First Sight and and for the franchise globally. Like this is an international story.
Yeah, this is crazy. I'm sure that the heads are spinning over at MediaWorks today, Flower Street.
It's supposed to start next weekend.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. September 8th. Like, that's so soon for them to recut.
Can I, am I hearing Duncan's crunching
eating.
chips?
Yeah.
Even though he's
thought if he
standing
was
about
standing
3
far
feet away
away.
from the microphone. I
It's
can
so
still
freaking crunchy.
really hear that
mics.
very, very loudly.
Okay, cut that out.
Don't leave it in.
That's
It's
disgusting.
good. Yeah, I don't. Well, it'd be interesting to see how this plays out. But yeah, it's pretty fact. And when I first saw it, I was like, it's going to be a sensational headline. But you read the story, and it's real intense.
Yeah, and the fact that staff were also contacted by like other women who had known him or been in relationships with him, voicing concern. Like, fucking hell.
It's a real problem. It's a real serious problem.
There's
that they're
a
going to.
warrant out for his arrest here in the States. So if I see him wandering around, I will be calling 911. He also
We
there's
can
a
count on you, Jane.
Yeah, I'm also going to track down that guy who leaked the sex tape, the music producer, and I'm going to give him a piece of my mind.
You've got a lot of work to do.
I do.
Don't know why you're wasting your time with us.
That's also freaking horrific. It's really,
Yeah.
it's a real dark cloud
Yeah.
over a show which has kind of struggled to have anything good out
Because
of it in
it's
New
also, I
Zealand.
feel like there's a difference between. I mean, I just read the headlines. I hadn't actually read the sex tape story, but like that's like revenge porn, right?
It's
like
extremely revenge porn.
That's also a crime.
What's revenge porn?
Revenge porn is like, I think it's slightly different in the sense that it wasn't done after a breakup to cause harm.
Right.
It was done within the context of a relationship without permission.
Without her
But it's
consent.
still extremely non-consensual and
Yeah.
terrible freaking behaviour.
Crazy.
I mean,
I
it-
hate it when reality TV gets ruined.
But
All
also,
the bad things.
yeah.
Think about the guy who worked for the Queen. It'll perk you up. The guy-
He's a liar.
He doesn't
Oh,
like
God.
New Zealand. Far out. This is dark.
Who's looking good though?
don't wanna-
I haven't actually.
I don't want to
really
talk about it
looked.
anymore.
Okay, let's move on to Married at First Sight Australia's Cyclone Cyril. She's expecting a wee little baby, Bubbins. And,
Bob and Cyril.
but she's expecting it with Eden from Love Island, Australia, which blows my mother trucking mind.
Did you watch Love Island Australia?
I did.
I haven't seen it.
I did.
What's his vibe?
He was real tight, like one of the strong couples with his gal, and they did really well throughout the. They were very likable actually as a couple, but just if you watch Love Island and you know Eden from that, and you watched MAFS and you know Sarah from that, it's just an odd pairing. It's just a really odd pairing, but now they're having a baby, so.
Love it. Good on you.
Finally,
some good news.
some good news. Some good can come out of these shows after all. Duncan, here's the last bit of news. Is really for you. This is going to be news to you. Can you please do a real members live sting?
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to encourage any cornies who can or like the spin-off or like the show to sign up to the spin-off members, because it's really, really helpful to us. And I don't know if any of you have been reading my stories about the New Zealand media lately, but the media is a very difficult industry and we are extremely not immune, and members just helps us continue to go about our business and do cool stuff without, the relying so much on the vagaries of the commercial market. And I know it's a bit earnest and sincere, but if you like The Real Pod and you like the spin-off, I would love it if you would become a member. And if you spend over $80, you get a copy of our book. And we now have books, like the first couple, in our hands, and they're really, really freaking cool. And they're probably not worth $80 on their own, but they're at least worth like sort of 65-ish. So if you think about it that way, you get this cool book and you get to help out your mates at The Real Pod and the spin-off. And a tote bag and a sticker.
And a tote bag?
That's
A
classic.
sticker?
Yeah. Yeah, you've got a
Is
new
that
computer.
a secret? Oh, yeah, that's right.
So you get a lot of cool stuff, and you only get the tote bag and the sticker if you join members, and you get this great email. It's a hell of a deal. We probably mispriced it. Anyway, it's not like we're. Yeah, it would be great. We're not in imminent bloody danger or anything, but we are going through some stuff like everyone else, and it would mean a lot. Sorry.
No,
There's a lot of ink in that book.
Oh man, it is ink rich.
Knowing the price of ink here at our printer, I'd say it's a bargain.
Yeah.
The pages that have the poems on them, completely black.
Black with white.
There's a lot of ink, even if you hate the words.
Yeah, in some ways, if you just buy it and then just extract the ink and recycle the paper, you're probably in the money.
But actually,
Use it as an eyeliner.
The value, the value isn't helping out the spin-off, helping the spin-off be the great and wonderful entity that it is. And I can say that as someone who is only very loosely tied to said entity via this podcast.
But you're still tied, like
I'm tied. I have been trying, and yet I moved overseas.
Not as
still.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, I had a thought. I know this is off topic. This podcast's been going quite a while now. Hey.
I know. You know what's crazy is I feel like we've probably missed like a million milestones.
We have. At least 4.
How many have we probably done? Like, how many hundreds of episodes?
No. Because we didn't, because we used to stop.
I know, but if
we've done over 100 for sure. I mean,
Must be nearly 150.
I could tell you.
I think there's more.
Anyway, it's
4 years.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, but we didn't used to do it weekly, remember? We used to do it just for The Bachelor and then for the real podcast.
Okay, Duncan.
But each of those was like 3 hours.
Jeez.
Duncan.
Crazy, eh?
We're just trying to have a moment. Don't get...
Oh, no, I really want to have a moment. I love it.
All right.
It's the only nice thing left in the world.
That's not true.
Apart from Cyril's baby.
That's not true. Celebrity Treasure Island is also one of the nice things left in the world, but we'll get to that now as we step our little... I don't know, I can't talk. I was going to say step our little bodies into reality check.
I am disgusted at how much you have copied
What flavour
my
LaCroix is
husband.
that, Jane?
Jesus fuck. I don't even know you.
Pamplemousse.
Pamplemousse. It's pamplemousse.
Yes.
The best flavour.
Big news, I finished Love Island UK, Alex. I finally got there. It was a slog.
What did you think?
I loved it.
Did you manage to keep it? You weren't spoiled?
I wasn't spoiled. I was convinced
That's so crazy.
that Molly May and Tommy were going to win. But I'm happy with the result because I love Amber so much.
It's such an underdog story. I love Greg.
Oh, Greg? I mean, I would want to couple up with Greg. I'd also want to couple up with Ovi. And maybe Chris. So, options.
Chris.
Yeah. It's just that kind of gangly thing, He couldn't compete with all the other guys, and I felt sorry for him.
There's too many weird tattoos.
Pardon me?
For me. Too many weird tattoos Chris had.
Wow, that's...
He had like a tattoo of like a... Seemingly, I was like kind of culturally appropriated. I don't know.
Oh, really? Okay. Cancelled.
He was troublesome. Ovi, I love. So happy for Amber and thing. You should follow them all on Instagram now. It's very interesting seeing them go back to life and just be so crazy famous now and have no idea how to deal with it. Maura's had to take a digital detox.
Oh, right. Well, I'm not on Instagram at the moment, so...
Are you having a digital detox?
I'm just doing my ghosting. I just ghost every now and again.
Yeah.
It's all right. Okay, let's go to the block for... Oh, such an exciting week on the block. What with the entryway and some stairs...
Is that what it was?
Yes.
I haven't watched.
I watched.
I don't watch a second of it.
Oh, mate. I watched...
That's all right. We don't have to talk about it.
I only watched the reveal of the outdoor shit.
Okay.
Was that the
For a start, yes.
I watched that.
It went from bad to worse. They started with the room reveal, and it just had it's like a tiny little deck with scaffolding around it. Like, not exciting.
Yeah.
And the Winter Garden, which one? I mean, why even have it? Just...
Oh,
Don't just have a bigger room. Have a bigger lounge.
I got to talk about this.
Yeah, this is what we couldn't talk about after we saw it. Because also, it's really skinny.
Really skinny.
Like the outdoor table bit and the two bench seats, really hard to
It's
get
stupid.
into.
Okay, here's the thing. I was imagining a conservatory-style outdoor like kind of semi-outdoor space, like maybe closed in walls but with big windows that open up or something, and then loads and loads of greenery, not just a skinny space with some pot plants in it.
It's so stupid.
It's so stupid.
It's crazy how dumb it is. It's like, you know, when you go to like an unretouched sort of 60s or 70s house, and it's got some really cool sort of like original touches, but it's also just got some real nutty stuff that was just the style of the time, and actually just fully extremely doesn't work, like is impractical, and ends up just being a place where you put a lot of boxes. That's what the skinny room is, like a place where you'll end up using for storage. Like, it's got a non-functioning fire. It's got a tiny, skinny little table that if someone wants to go to the toilet, it's a 15-minute operation if they're down the wrong end. Like,
But also, it's
so
got a dining
slim.
table. It's not an outdoor table because it's not outdoors. It's got a dining table sort of quite near the existing dining table.
Yeah, it's just like a
where should we
second
eat? Should we
tiny
eat? Should we
fucked
eat
up
in the
lounge.
dining room, or should we go 2 feet that way into the skinny place?
To the tiny uncomfortable place, yeah.
The fake fireplace as well. There's a real one just around the corner, but they've got the little fireplace to nowhere just to keep your logs in. You don't need the logs.
You don't
It's a
need the
gas
fucking
fire.
logs. It's ornamental logs. Honestly, it's the worst of the millennials bullshit, and it's the judges like pure insanity troll core, like giving them the win for like this completely asinine, functionless room.
Here's 2 things going on here. Number 1, they didn't get a choice. They had to do that stupid space because they don't have any terrace. So they had to compete in terrace week, outdoor week. They've ruined, I was going to say a perfectly good apartment, but according to you guys, an already completely ruined apartment. They've further ruined what could have been a good apartment by making it more not good, by sticking a frickin' extra room on that. Would the space have worked without? Of course it would. Of course it would. It would have been a cool, nice big
Just a
space
bigger-
if that thing didn't exist, right? So they actually
This
botched
season.
it.
It's
The
just a
second
huge
the second,
botch.
they're clearly, if that whole apartment is as bad as you guys say it is, they're clearly hyping it to try and sell it, right?
What kind of a freak would buy that apartment?
I want you to buy it, Duncan.
Some zany,
Like real zany,
some
like really
zany
long
rich
shoes.
person who wears like mad clothes,
Yeah.
you know.
Jason Bonham.
Yeah.
Sally Ridge, her pediteur.
Sally Ridge, who am I thinking of? I don't know. Like Peter Mathias. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Who would buy that house?
Who would buy that house?
Well, let's see. We'll see. I'd be really interested to see. You know how sometimes they do stories afterwards on the people who bought the houses? Let's see.
I just profoundly hope that someone buys it and it's just like, I'm going to tear out every bit of twee annoying shit and
It
just
wouldn't
make
be
it
that bad.
normal.
You could do it in like half a day. Unscrew those hands, take all the art down, re-wallpaper the lounge. You're
Did
getting
you
there, I
did you
reckon.
hear? Well, you didn't, Alex. Cause did you watch the reveal? You did. When
Yeah, I watched the
Jason was
reveal.
like, the pendant lights are a bit much. If they wanted to funky it up, they could have got more of those hands and had them coming down
Oh, God.
holding the lights.
That's so funny. What a hand freak.
Anyway. What else?
So
is it?
boring.
Okay, so they're all working together on lobby and steer. They do an art thing to raise money for special needs kids. That was pretty cute, I have to say. It was like Makari did like a nice little birdie art thing. I saw his actual artistic talent come through in that one, and Sophia did.
Not talking about it.
You just don't want to talk about the block at all.
No.
Not even
I'm
for the.
too angry.
When
Not
does
even
it
for the
finish?
kids.
Okay, so
Not
it's
even for the
got-
cute little kids.
Didn't see them.
Oh, crying out loud. Okay, also they did black face masks. Did you see those? They went to the
Oh, who
hotel.
did that?
Went to the hotel, what was the Rendezvous and is now the something else. And they did iron face
Like a
masks or
charcoal.
something. I think that, yeah, something like that. But it didn't look right in this day and age. Just
Yeah, you
didn't
gotta watch.
sit
You
well
gotta
with
watch
me.
doing stuff like that on TV.
Then there was a weird foot rub thing that was happening with Lisa and Sam and Ethan. Like she exchanged some Remu for them rubbing her feet. That was quite gross.
That's hot.
Oh, okay. Different
You're a
strokes.
foot week on Treasure Island as well.
And okay, we won't talk about it anymore, except I just want to mention one thing. No, I want to mention a couple of things. I looked on Trade Me. I looked on Trade Me at the layouts of the houses, and they're real weird, which you'll know because you went through them. But Lisa and Rib's like family bathroom / guest bathroom, not their ensuite. You have to walk through a laundry to get to it.
Yeah.
We discussed that.
That's
and
weird.
Ethan and Sam's. Is that where we saw Dom and Feeney?
That was like the
You have to walk through a wardrobe.
yes.
Like Narnia.
Yeah, but that's normal.
That's
Is that?
Yeah. For an ensuite.
For an ensuite.
Yeah.
That was actually quite a normal one.
Crazy.
I've got that at home, actually.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, la-dee-do.
I don't, but I would love to have it at home. Did you say la you?
Probably.
That's good.
But anyway, the families have arrived. I'm looking forward to seeing a bit more from them next week because, for a start, Lisa's mum looks just like her. Stacey's best friend looks just like her. And Makari's mum and aunt are amazing. So I'm looking forward to seeing more from the families. And that's it.
Can you talk about how the boys messaged us and they wanted to come on the podcast?
Didn't mention
But there wasn't time.
No, that's
You weren't
a
going to
shame.
mention it.
I wasn't, but you have.
It was quite lovely.
was
Just
really
love the boys.
cute.
Robin loves the boys so much. It's really, really
You could organise
sweet.
a
I
meet
know,
and greet.
but I feel like that's just me exploiting my whatever I am. And I don't know if it's fair,
Yeah, what you're
but
supposed
she would
to
be
do.
so happy if she met the boys.
She met Gizzy Hard, right?
Did she? Probably. But she doesn't. She's never loved any reality TV personalities like the lads.
Aww.
It's very cute.
Okay, on to Celebrity Treasure Island, and I can only do 2/3 of this. You have to carry the rest because I didn't see the last one because I didn't get the link. But anyway, we start off with a sick Lily and a very happy Sam. Sam has never been
gosh, so
happier than
happy.
finding out that Lily was sick and that it may lead to some sort of balancing of the teams.
It's so disingenuous when they were like, Lily's better. And he's like, welcome back, buddy. Like a real fake. Sam Wallace. The
So
worst.
amazing. Eh?
I love
I'm
it.
a fool,
Yeah.
and I suffer, but I don't like idiots.
He's like, yeah.
That soliloquy is
I'm a fool, but I like fools.
what I.
Can't
But I
stand
don't-
idiots.
But I can't, yeah. What a guy.
I mean,
What is he doing?
He needs to be doing like a lot of two-camera social media, just chat about the world stuff.
Yeah.
I
lot
would
more.
love that. I'd love. He's such a freaking character, to put it politely.
It's so good though because he's really helped keep this show alive. And
True.
It's a
Oh
great
no,
show.
the show rules, but he's a huge part of why.
He is, but I love
But also,
that.
Barb's is coming up as a good vil. I reckon.
Yeah.
I feel like she's coming out. You know, I haven't seen the third episode from this week, but like she's coming a little unhinged. Is that what's going on there? Is she?
I think she's decided she's doing one thing. And I also don't think she's even remotely hungry,
No.
which I think is her great advantage.
she's an athlete.
She's an athlete.
She's lean.
She really just drinks like a cup of seawater and that's it.
Yeah.
That's her
Stares into the
food.
sun. All sorted.
I can't even remember the order of events, but Rosie went home after failing in the weird
That foot challenge.
foot challenge. I mean, I really
That's
just.
again something you could do in your own home if you wanted.
So
Yeah.
many of these things you can do in your own
I
home.
love picking up stuff with my feet. Do you ever do that?
Yeah, I've got
I tried
monkey
to once
toes.
mug of tea.
No.
Oh, that's,
Well, I couldn't do it, and I used water because I knew I'd spill it and wouldn't hurt myself. But
hang on. So
all the way
So it's not a mug
with
of
a
tea. It's just
handle.
a cup of water.
well, but
Just pretending,
working
all right?
towards the goal of one day being able to get mug of tea with my foot and bring it up to my mouth.
How far off
Impossible.
are you?
Really hard. I need to do a lot more work. I need to be like Shannon Ryan, who I assume has been doing lots of Pilates in LA.
Yoga, isn't she?
Oh,
a
Yoga,
teacher?
yoga, excuse me.
Yeah, I mean that was
'Cause she
definitely
was
her
so good
challenge.
at that
I thought
challenge.
Rosie did really well though. She was
yeah.
not far behind her,
She did do
but she
well.
didn't look
Ro-
nearly as composed.
No, Rosie. I felt really sorry for her. I feel like she
too.
got quite badly necked by Barb. And they're like saying that you're not an athlete. It's like, gee.
Yeah, Barb's got no qualms about that, eh?
Yep.
She was like, when she said to, she's like, I'm going to save with a mercy card. I'm going to save Moses or Shane because they're the strongest. And then the Wiz was just like you can see the Wiz being so hurt and like grabbing his chest. It's pretty savage.
It's just so savage.
Okay.
She might win though. Might get her to the top.
Let's talk about the challenges this week. Well, the ones that I saw anyway. There was the Child Blocks effect, as we discussed. There was the make a can pyramid using dried spaghetti with your partner. You know, they had to like put a piece of spaghetti through the can.
That's right.
It was oddly like sort of sensual.
Yeah.
There was the balancing coins.
They got quite
game
close.
thing
Yeah.
on the little toadstool things that looked like paper mache. It's like someone just fashioned them on set. And the leaky water situ, which was quite a big setup.
Yeah.
But aside
Man,
from
it was so funny.
it just feels like they're all games from like... They feel like they're all games
I
from
just
like
have
a
one
Christian
thing to say
camp.
about that. When Sam Wallace put his mouth over the hole.
His tongue. It's a tongue. That was one of the most fucked up
psycho
things.
thing I've ever seen.
That was pure Sam Wallace.
He's so desperate
Oh my
for the
God.
win. He's so desperate.
And
Whatever
then-
it takes.
And I love that the girls tried to throw it by like kind of, you know, janking the water and being slow.
They didn't
Yeah.
need to.
And Sam ended Sam. They didn't need to because Sam's got this by like having a giant spill. Oh, it's so funny.
It's so good.
And then watching our team Marco be real like actively hangry about
Oh my
winning
God.
champagne.
Oh my God, it was so good.
I bet I feel real sorry for them when that prize was revealed. Champagne.
Yeah.
I mean, on any other day, sure, but not when you've been
They got
eating
so much
lentils.
furniture. It was like their beds look fine. They have Kathmandu sleeping bags. Like I don't feel like a comfort prize.
No.
in Treasure Island is the same as like it is in Survivor.
Question: what are they doing at night? Do you reckon they're getting on the OTP, or are they like off somewhere else and not sleeping there? Because they don't seem that worried about the sleeping situation.
Okay, they're definitely
think
getting.
so.
I reckon they're OTP and they're also probably sleeping in a nice beret somewhere. But I reckon Lily. I mean, they're just speculating here. I reckon Lily's sickness was probably a hangover because that guy wasn't a doctor.
Why do you say that, Jane?
Because
he had
just looked
long
like,
hair.
I don't know. He looked like a guy who was in Fiji on like a surf trip. Like they
Do you
literally
think he
just
was
put
like-
I
someone.
can't believe this. So you're suggesting that they're not even sleeping in those?
Oh look, they probably are. But I love the
I
idea.
don't
that
think
the
they
Now that you
are.
say though, we've never
like-
seen them at night.
That's what I mean.
Oh no, we do. We do after the eliminations.
Very occasionally, but not going. They go hopping there, but you don't actually see them having a.
We don't have like night vision cameras on them with like
We should.
little bugs flying around them or anything.
I love the show.
I do too.
I really love
I love the
watching
show.
it.
I really love Chizzy. I love Chizzy and their egg smashing
Oh
challenge.
my
Oh,
god!
his
What a
eyes.
maniac!
Full Makaido the whole time.
Oh,
He's just having fun. I don't know. I just think Chizzy like feels everything, you know.
He's
in a
got the
huge way.
child's kind of intense relationship to life. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
and I think he gets to be more
Also, and that's
involved
another
with
challenge we could do at home.
I think we should do some CTI challenges for like Christmas party or something.
Yeah.
They're so cool. Shuffleboard. How intense was the game of shuffleboard?
Yeah. Who would have ever thought that would have been good television as well? It was so tense.
Yeah.
I haven't
really
seen
enjoyed
it.
it.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, yeah. So Lada Van Hout's gone. Spoiler alert. She had to play Shufflepuck with Sam Wallace. Not Shufflepuck, but akin
Shuffleboard.
to. Shuffleboard.
Shufflepuck sounds.
Shuffle.
What's that?
I don't
Is that
know.
rude?
Maybe. Could be. Anything can be rude nowadays.
When Shannon took over as team captain from Sam, he's so, again, disingenuous, being like, oh, yeah, you make a great captain. Da-da-da. Like, he suddenly was just, like, basically crawling up her ass trying to, get on side with her. Knowing that she's now
Oh, man.
captain. He's just amazing.
And he's real basic, and she's incredibly clever. And it's like I'm going, I'll outsmart her. Well, having just like an hour earlier acknowledged himself to be a fool. Eric is the guy who cracks me up. Like this big lumbering kind of colossus who can't really control almost any of his emotions, and has this like quite sort of 1950s sort of worldview that's quite increasingly manifest. It's very into gender roles and like the boys and the girls. That's cracking TV.
He does know how to plait bread, though. I also think someone else who's gone off like a rocket is Shane Cameron. As he gets hungrier and hungrier, I get genuinely worried. He was so angry when Jodie Rimmer like made that little barb, so to speak.
That was scary. He's so big.
He's so big. And I think he's like really nice, but then I just think he'll go.
Oh, yeah.
He does kill people with his hands for a living.
True.
It's important to remember.
True.
Do you
Give the man a toasty.
Are you guys familiar with The Never-Ending Story?
I've got the 12-inch single by Kamal, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, well, in the movie, there's a rock biter. A lot of people who are listening will know what I'm talking about. Well, the ones over a certain age anyway. And when the nothing moves through and everything goes, and he's holding on to his little friends, and then he lost them when the nothing moved through. And there's a bit where he's just like looking at his hands, and he's like, "They look like such big, strong hands, don't they?" And he's like lamenting the fact that he couldn't hold on to his friends. Wow. That's what Shane Cameron reminds me of.
It's Limal, not Kamal.
It is Limal. I didn't want to correct you, but you've
No. Sure, right. It's an outstanding song.
Anyway.
I've got like 4 minutes. Are we going to try and crank through, or am I going to have to do one of my patented things?
You are definitely going to have to... Oh, okay.
All right. I think we've got to crank. We've got to crank that.
Okay, should we do Wayne's World, or we can't? Can we skip it? Should we do it?
I'm sorry, this is the chaos part. I'm not feeling it today.
Oh,
sorry. Nah, it's fine. I just want to apologise if anyone criticises us in advance. I want to front on it.
I'm not.
Be open, honest, and
I'm
transparent.
too scared not to do Wayne's World now, so I think we should do it.
No, we've got to do Wayne's World. We're going to do it.
I'm doing it. How uncomfortable is too comfortable in a relationship? When you in The Simpsons Jump the Shark.
What was the first album you ever owned?
What was your gateway podcast?
Poor Tina.
Sorry, Tina.
An absolute slew of discussions brought up by Wayne this week in the corner.
What do we got, Jane?
Oh, so many, but this one got a lot of responses, and I personally really enjoyed it, so I selected it for Wayne's World this week. What's an adult problem that nobody prepared you for? So we had Cornies coming through with things like taxes, having to come up with something to make for dinner every night, which that's shit, having to do that. Like just thinking about, what's for tea every night for the rest of your life. When you're a kid, you just whatever was on the table, you know?
And it's a yummy surprise. Always.
Well, shit, I wish I lived in your house.
Jane Cameron just got to chill.
Yeah.
Did you eat haggis as a child? Was that like haggis Wednesday?
I wish. My mum makes haggis at New Year's, but when I say make, she buys it in a tin and heats it up on the stove, and it's actually fine.
It's delicious.
Yeah, it's really fine.
Okay.
No, it's yum. It's like actively yum. I
It's
reckon.
chunky yet funky.
It's like stuffing.
It's oaty and it's meaty. But no, I didn't.
Something I struggle with that I talked about in the corner is making appointments on the phone. Like that when we're
How do you
like,
struggle with
how
that?
does 9:30? Can you do 9:30 on Tuesday or whatever? And you suddenly are like, oh my god, can I? What have I got on? Oh god, and you're just doing like mental gymnastics trying to figure out if that appointment time will work or not. Or you ring up with an appointment time in mind and they're like, we haven't got that, but we can do this other time. And
Duncan, have you got one? Or you're just about to? He's putting up his hands.
I don't really. I feel like I've only become successfully an adult in the past like maybe 6 months, and it's not like any of it's easy, but I don't mind it.
So do you feel that you were well prepared?
ACC, when I was a freelancer, I always struggled with ACC, just the concept of it, like having to pay a separate surcharge.
But also,
And also, it felt like I was a freelance writer, and it felt like it was bloody steep.
it was very steep. And also the way that they did it, like provisional, like in advance.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
based
yeah, having
on
to
6
pay in
years ago or
advance.
something. Like, it's just,
Exactly.
It's nuts.
But that's not really like it was difficult. It was just sort of like intensely annoying for reasons that probably aren't justifiable.
I mean,
So
when
don't
you had
know
to
if I've
fill out
answered that well.
your tax form that was about 16 pages long, and you had to do it in all those little squares, and now it's just automatically done for you. Boom, just done. Those were the days. You wouldn't even know those days, eh, Alex?
I don't
You
know
guys are
those
really
days. and I
stressing
still
me
don't
out
know
with your
those
minute
days.
countdowns.
I'm sorry.
Well, we do have
I
to
just have
discuss.
something to say.
Oh,
My name is Jasmine Masters, and I have something to say. I can't deal with my teeth. I'm only recently getting on top of my teeth as a concept. Going to the dentist, that not being something that's just happens to me, very frustrating.
Yeah, and super expensive.
also,
yeah,
you're
but now I'm getting on
supposed
top of it.
you're supposed to vaccinate your pets every year. Did you know that? You're supposed
Well,
to
yeah,
take them
that's
to the
another thing
vet
we're
and
dealing
get
with
them
at the moment.
I
vaccinated
wouldn't do
every
that.
year.
Well, we kept our cats inside until this coming weekend.
I'm so sorry.
I never encountered anything.
I'm about to do a Duncan.
Duncan's doing a Duncan.
Oh God,
I'm really
So
sorry. I
typical.
really wanted it to be different, but it's
One day.
the same.
It's all right, Duncan. I mean,
Is it?
yeah, it's fine.
I just feel like I've let the side down.
it
We
gives,
haven't got much else to do.
we don't, and also I feel like it gives this air of kind of like you're an important person who takes time out of your busy schedule to come and record the Real Pod, and we are grateful for that. But also
I
a bit
don't
rude.
think-
Also a bit rude.
That's the thing. It's rude. It feels rude. It feels like I don't care about the Real Pod when it's really the only thing I care about. The Spinoff's an elaborate vehicle to keep the Real Pod alive, and it's just a bit sad for me. It's all right. I'll wait for my private driver to arrive, and then
I always feel like we probably could have wrapped up the podcast in that 1 minute that we talked about you leaving the podcast, but you're still sitting here.
Yeah.
But anyway,
that's fair.
so let's move on. Let's move on to.
We've got 3 minutes according to this.
Okay, well, let's bust out the cranny.
Colin's Granny. Colin's Granny. Colin's Granny. Granny.
My shoulder.
Colin's Granny.
Happy birthday.
Oh shit!
This morning when I checked, this morning LA time, which was very early morning New Zealand time, when I checked in the Twitter cran, there was like nothing much going on there. There's nothing going on on Insta. I was like, we have got no content, and boom, 8:20 a.m.
He provided.
he provided. I feel like he's listening, and he's like, oh, Thursday, better get my food update on.
Yep. Jane's getting the doc together.
I've got some exclusive content
Hang on.
for when you're done.
Can we first just quickly do the content that's in the cranny in the doc? Is that all right? And then you can do your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We have to really get through it though. We're watching the private
All right,
drivers.
okay, so this tweet came through 8 hours ago. I feel like eating cheesecake this morning. A New York baked cheesecake drowning in passion fruit pulp with a thick ginger nut base. Yum.
Yum.
I can
He
make
is
that.
on
So
time.
good.
I do a good New York cheesecake,
Make it for
and
him.
I've got a passion fruit vine out here. But it's
Yum. I love
That's
passion fruit. It's my
incredible.
favourite.
It's not going to travel well, is it?
It's so good for 8:20 a.m. They just
mean-
wake up and just
That is a
get it
really
done on Twitter.
intense dessert. It's really rich. So if that's what you
It
feel
is
like
intense.
at 8:20 in the morning, it feels like totally appropriate for Colin. Me, I'm like,
I have to go.
cereal.
What's the
Okay.
content?
The content is that, I sent out invitations to my 40th birthday this week, and I invited Colin, Martha, or Jeffrey because, of course, I did. Because I first met him at my 30th birthday, as I probably already discussed on the pod, and he asked me when I think he might come to my birthday.
Wow. What? That's huge. Did he ask you for an appearance fee?
No,
what you were
but he
gonna say?
asked me how long ago it was that he came to my previous birthday. And I was like, well, it was 10 score years or,
That-
No, no,
or whatever.
can't.
I got to go. I know. I'm really
amazing.
sorry. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I love it.
Okay.
Thanks and sorry.
No, you're right.
Bye.
Oh, bye, Dunk. Can I just, Alex, can you pass on a message to Duncan when you next see him?
Yeah, what will it be?
I think the key to getting Colin to Duncan's birthday party is to also invite Nori. And I think if Nori's there, Colin will come.
That's a
'Cause
great
then
point.
that makes it an
That's a
event,
really great point.
like a social event rather than just a guy's
It makes it
birthday
a
party.
hashtag Lexus Adventure is what it makes it.
Yeah. So
I hope he wears his boots. I love it when Colin wears his like riding boots.
whatever he wears, it will be magical. To be sure.
Oh my God, he's going to come. That's so
He
exciting.
definitely is. Okay. Oh, that's quite loud. Okay.
Sorry.
Stop playing with the packet.
I'm not playing with anything.
Okay.
On with the show.
Like and subscribe. Max Key Corner. I know. I'll never forget you. Subscribe, like and subscribe.
I'm dancing in LA, and Alex in our studio in Auckland is looking
I'm
so
in a
sad.
half. I'm in a half.
Why?
I got the blues this week, but it's fine. I think it might be because was that just the Max Key Corner sting you just played?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that in 20 years ago. And I think it's having a real
Do you know what? I'm gonna do something for you right now. I'm gonna take my direct feed out and I'm gonna play it down the
Are you gonna
microphone
play it again,
so you
Sam?
can hear it. Okay. Sorry for
I'm
everyone
so
at home who didn't want to
excited.
hear this again, which is literally
Here we go,
no one.
everybody.
Here we go.
The Max.
Like and subscribe. Max Key Corner.
Corner. Oh, I feel great
Is that
now.
better?
You're right.
Yay.
That's what I needed. We
I-
also have invited Max to our Spinoff 5th birthday party.
And I have not received an invite to any of these parties, by the way. Can I just
The
say?
invites actually might not have gone out yet. I know that Max is on the list though. Carrie Ann was like umming and ahhing about whether we should invite him, and I was like, well, he's on the cover of the book. There's no harm. I've got his manager's email from that time I met him at Holy Moly.
There's no harm as long as
There's
you
no harm just sending an evite.
as long as
God.
you're not a fella on a bicycle. There's no harm.
Well,
Yeah.
true.
Anyway. Max is in Positano. Well,
What's that? Where's that?
What do you mean? What's that? It's a place.
Positano. Where is it?
It's in Italy, isn't it?
Where is it, Jane?
Oh well, look. I'm really trying to embrace the American lifestyle in which you Italy. Yes, I was right. Nothing. Yes, I was right. It's Italy.
It was Italy.
Yeah, it's in Italy.
Ciao, Bella.
So he's still in Italy. And he's written, Positano is something out of a fairy tale. That is, if the fairy tale was about a steep ass hill with way too many tourists, where the only way up or down is 1,000 steps in 40-degree heat, where you get to enjoy overpriced Italian food in a pool of sweat. The clue was in the caption. Overpriced Italian food was the dead giveaway. But anyway, it just reminds me that he first referred to this trip that he's on as a backpacking, like that he was going, like doing the backpacking thing.
Backpacking. Is he not backpacking?
Well, I mean,
I feel like if you're backpacking, you don't have anywhere near you a tuxedo, which he definitely had at some point on the trip.
you also don't probably meet up with your former Prime Minister of New Zealand's father
John Key at the hostel.
at a fancy hotel that I looked at the price per night. It was many dollars. So I mean, it's not your typical backpacking experience per se. It's not pulling pints in the pub, but
Does
it
he
is-
even have a backpack?
I don't know. He's
He's got that. He's got Louis luggage. They don't backpack him.
He's definitely wearing a bum bag diagonally across his torso for sure. I feel like that's definitely a vibe that he's rocking. So
I mean,
a front
so
pack.
do the Kardashians.
Maybe he's sort of front packing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bum bagging it.
Bum bag.
Bum bagging around the world.
And that, friends, is our podcast for this week. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Alex.
Thanks for sticking it out.
Thanks, Tina. Nice to have you back. And thanks, Duncan.
Thank you, Duncan. In
Very
absentia. Gone but not forgotten.
And thank you for listening to you, dear cornies. We love you. Goodbye.
Send me an email if you want a voucher.
A voucher for a Portuguese roll.
Portuguese roll only if you're in Hamilton. Alex at thespinoff.co.nz.
Bye.
Bye.
Great ending.
Kia ora, this is Toby Manhire, here to urge you to tune in to Gone by Lunchtime, a podcast with me, Annabelle Lee Mather and Ben Thomas, tackling the world of New Zealand politics, from policy to polling, from scandal to psychodrama. Listen to Gone by Lunchtime, brought to you by the Spinoff Podcast Network, wherever good pods are sold.
Are you curious about how business can be better? I'm Simon Pound, and I host Business is Boring, a podcast where I kōrero with some of the most interesting people in entrepreneurship, commerce, and making things happen. Tune in to Business is Boring every Tuesday, brought to you by the Spinoff Podcast Network in partnership with Spark Business Lab.
The Spinoff Podcast Network.